The Three Little Pigs. On the edge of a beautiful forest lived a mommy pig, a daddy pig, and 3 little pigs. The time had come for the 3 little pigs to leave home. "Watch out for the big bad wolf," warned Daddy Pig as he waved goodbye. The 3 little pigs hadn't walked far when the first little pig grew tired. That's what you get when you're a lazy little pig. He quickly built a house from straw that was lying nearby. It wasn't long before the second little pig stopped walking and looked around. "This will do," she said, and swiftly built a house from the sticks and branches that were scattered around her. The third little pig walked on and on and on. Finally, he found a pretty area of land by a stream. It was the perfect place to build his house. The third little pig decided to build a strong brick house to keep him safe from the wolf. He drew plans, he bought the best bricks he could find, and finally, after weeks of hard work, he stood back and admired his beautiful new home. Wow! Meanwhile, the hungry big bad wolf came across the first little pig resting in his house of straw. Little pig, let me come in," said the wolf. "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," cried the first little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," howled the hungry wolf. So the big bad wolf huffed and he puffed, and the tiny straw house came tumbling down. The little pigs ran as fast as they could until they arrived at the house made of sticks.
The big bad wolf crept up to the house. Little pigs, let me come in," he growled. "Not by the hair on our chinny chins," cried the frightened little pigs. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," howled the hungry wolf. So the big bad wolf huffed and he puffed, and the wobbly stick house came tumbling down. The 2 little pigs ran on and on and on until they finally reached the third little pig's house. "Don't worry, we are safe in my strong brick house," said the third little pig. Suddenly, they heard a bang at the door. Little pigs, let me come in," said a familiar voice. It was the wolf. "Not by the hairs on our chinny chins," cried the 3 little pigs. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," howled the hungry wolf. So the big bad wolf huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but nothing happened. The house didn't even wobble. The wolf was furious and very hungry. He climbed up onto the roof and jumped down the chimney. Splash! The wolf landed in a pot of boiling hot soup and burned his long furry tail on the fire. He leapt out of the chimney and ran away as quickly as he could. As for the little pigs, they lived happily ever after in their house made of bricks. They never ever saw the big bad wolf again. The end.